Hello everyone, this is Paush the Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today we'll continue working with the dress with draping. Have a look at the sketch once again. Last time I showed you how to make a pattern for this dress. Here it is. It's 1.3 meters long. I had to buy 2.6 meters of fabric. Notice that you need to buy not 2 lengths of the item, but 2 lengths of the pattern. You can think of the ways to use less fabric. I'm not going to do it. I folded the fabric in half in such way that the wrong sides match. I had to do it this way because I'm going to tack the flounce face up. When I do it, I'll show you how to tack the second side seam. We can start working. If you decide to make such dresses, you need to be sure that you're ready to waste some fabric. Of course, it's much easier to sew simple straight dresses without draping, flounces, or some other details. I'll lay the pattern on the piece of fabric. These are the shoulder seams. I remind you that there will be kind of a cowl neck in this dress, both on the front and on the back. I'm thinking about making the sleeves even tighter for them to look better. I'll show you how to do it later. First, I need to cut 2 even details, the front and the back. Notice that I changed the side seam, making the dress a bit tighter. Here it is. When Olya tries the tacked dress on, we'll see if we need to make it even more tight. I believe that it will be okay. I'm going to show you how to prepare the dress for fitting. I'm so happy that I came up with the idea of showing you how to make such dresses. Olya can't wait to try the dress on. I remind you that the lower part of the skirt should be cut on a crosswise grain. I need to pin the pattern to the fabric. The side seam should be pinned very thoroughly. When I do it, I'll turn the piece of fabric and draw the side seam on the other side according to the pins. I'll show you how to do it. I remind you that these 2 points mark the length of the draping. This is where the side seam begins. You can drape the seam from the very beginning if you want. Next, I need to pin the side seam very thoroughly. When I do it, I'll draw it on the other side according to the pins. When I draw the side seam, I'll start cutting the dress. I remind you that the dress will consist of the 2 even details. The best thing about this dress is that it's made of knitted fabric. Due to this fact, we don't need to add anything for the balance. You can cut the front and the back details separately if you want. I don't think that it's necessary. You would just waste a lot of time doing it. I remind you that I'm pinning the side seam. When the dress is ready, we'll show you its full review. There is nothing complicated in this dress. That's it, the pattern is pinned. I can start cutting now. I need to find another pair of scissors. Do not forget to make tiny notches in the points where the shoulder seams should start. The notches should be very small. I don't add much for the seams because I'm making the dress of knitted fabric. Have a look here. I'll make the flounce a bit wider here. I want it to be beautiful. I have enough fabric for doing it. You know that I'm much better at cutting than at drawing. You can cut the flounce however you want. No one can tell you what to sew and what to wear. It's not convenient for me to work this way. I'll basically have to lay on the table to continue cutting. Be very accurate when cutting garments. I want the clothes I sew to be beautiful. As I've already said, I'm much better at cutting than at drawing. I cut the dress. It took me about 1 hour to make a pattern and prepare fabric for cutting. It took me just about 15 minutes to cut the dress. I can continue working. The first thing I need to do is to tack the side seam. Have a close look at the pattern once again. The design is not that complicated. This is how the side seam looks like on the other side. I remind you that I pinned it. Just imagine how beautiful Olya will look like wearing this dress. Very nice. I need to detach the pattern next. To do that, first I need to insert several pins along the side seam.
Немножко вот так вот поскалывать вдоль нашего будущего шва. Чуть-чуть.
I'm doing it now in order not to waste time trying to make the side seam match later. It's much more convenient to work this way. When I finish pinning the seam, I'll detach the pattern. After that, I'll start taking the dress. I'm not going to throw this pattern away. If Olya likes the dress, and I'm sure that she will be able to make it in different color. That's it. I pinned the front and the back details together along the side seam. I need to detach the pattern next. Why does it take some people pretty long to sew something? There are several reasons for that. Firstly, they might not know the needed techniques. Secondly, their attitude might be wrong. If you look at a garment and think, "Oh, I have to sew it," I recommend you not sewing at all. That's all for today. Next time we'll continue working with this dress. My name is Irina. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share videos, press a like and the bell buttons. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you. Goodbye.